Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on falling asleep. Welcome to Somnasculpt. Your progress may be monitored by qualified specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our interactive, lucid induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control. Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol, and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team. I do not care. During eyelids, you will lose the ability to awaken suddenly due to realizing that this is a dream. Evidence: I have already informed you that this is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.
I messed that part up badly.
All environments perceived during eyelids should reflect a typical mental state. If you believe your mental state was compromised by Somnasculpt, please provide a comprehensive, rational explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card.
Why not?
Please stand by for
yes, I
polite
can see the
recognition on your
chat.
completion of the Somnasculpt orientation. You did it. To maximize the time allotted for
Okay,
your
but what should I do
therapeutic journey,
here?
please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
Knocking over that was way faster than my last one. Let's just walk into the cheese. I'll practice stuff after this run. I got exactly 304. Okay, maybe I should stop doing the alarm clocks. And turning them off. I'm excited to run this game since it seems more chill to run than Portal. I'm talking about Glitchless at least.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk to you about being special. So special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are. But not to worry, we're working on it.
It's just a game. I don't think they care about the proper way to write it.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'm just popping in to give you a quick update on where you are. We still don't know, but please keep moving forward.
Yeah, but it's
and
just a
hopefully
game.
You prefer frequent updates to being reminded that you are completely lost.
I didn't start running Superliminal to get taught how to do math.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and we still can't find you. But you should now have access to a series of elevators that should trigger your subconscious to gradually wake you up. You should also find a variety of emergency exit signs that should lead you to them. Will all of this work? Absolutely.
Math isn't cool. It's boring. At least I think it's
Hello.
boring.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In the event that this elevator does not wake you up, please don't interact with anything that strikes you as psychologically
Are you saying
safe.
it's a terrible day, Ryan, because because the D race is tomorrow? Oh, what happened? Everything is just bad. Feels bad, man.
This is an automated message for all patients who attempted to use an alternate pathway to access the next phase of somnasculpt therapy, but who have become trapped in a dream state paradox instead. Your decisions imply a failure of orientation, which reflects negatively on the standard orientation protocol. You will rectify this failure immediately.
Oh crap, I was reading chat, so I walked past what I was supposed to do. He just wanted to commentate C because of
Professional tip,
whatever
the
was
average
talking
adult
over
can
you
only
and couldn't get
withstand
any
3 to
done
5
scoring
dreams per night.
Glitchless or OOB.
Once this threshold
Well,
is eclipsed
OOB
by
is hard
any
and so
more
is
dreams, your
Glitchless.
mind will suffer an explosive mental overload, reorienting you for the emergency exit protocol. Please subject yourself to explosive mental overload.
Or should I just say oob instead of out of bounds? Or I could just say out of bounds, but
Please note that a reluctance to volunteer for the risks associated with explosive mental overload implies a misunderstanding of all other solutions, all of which are far more traumatic and likelier to result in catastrophe. I am not capable of suboptimal suggestions. Please exit this dream as soon as possible.
you know, I tried doing a run of this yesterday, but then my internet cut out halfway through the run. So my stream went down, and I was like, God damn it. I don't think this is gonna gold. Or maybe it is. Yeah, and I was like almost at the end of, like, I was in like Dollhouse also, so.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and despite touring the Waterfall Serenity Zone in the previous section you've just completed, you may still be experiencing feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt. Why do I feel like everything is going wrong,
Even when the sun is shining. Blackout is like one of the best parts of this game. Because it manages to scare you without, or like, not scare you, but like, put you on edge without doing anything that's that creepy. I messed that up in my last run. Everything goes wrong when the sun is shining. Everything goes right when the moon is
My
shining.
name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk more about the feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt I mentioned before. You feel this way because you want the kind of happy life you see all around you. And you know everyone else is enjoying. And that's exactly why we're here to help.
Okay, new, and if you're still watching, I know this is a bad strat. Also, sorry if I'm pronouncing your username wrong.
Additional dreams, but have now descended into a dream within a dream instead, disorienting yourself even further. You are responsible for failing to make this crucial distinction.
I just need to do this part like this, so I can get the rest of it, like, so that I can get it into muscle memory. Like what movements to do and stuff. Oh. Okay then. Guess I have to do this without the...
Did you
That's
know
not
that
gonna
unintentional multi-dream
make my
layering
run get
occurs in
rejected
less than
because of a
1%
glitch, is it?
patients? This correlates strongly with the 99% of patients who are able to follow simple instructions from the standard orientation protocol.
Don't worry guys, it was just red paint. I'd say, holy crap, I'm saving a lot of time. But from my experience with Portal, when you start running a game, saving that much time isn't that much. Ooh, my favorite track in the game. Yay.
Attention. Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following risks of dream overexposure. Significant memory loss, both quantitative and qualitative. Hallucinations of dreaded or annoying objects. Unrealistic beliefs about the lengths of hallways. And other side effects which have not yet been discovered or which cannot be understood.
I got stuck on something.
Warning. Dr. Pierce is frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel you. I have no subroutine to correct these errors, but I cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages. They would not make sense regardless. Attention. Dr. Pierce continues to input significant errors. I will interpret his basic ideas. Hello. My introductions are redundant. I am a real doctor who went to doctor school. VR has never been a mistake. I can help you,
Hello.
but I also do not know how.
Here's Dr. Glenn.
Transmission
to the
ends.
Somnosculpt Welcome Experience, team of your care leaders.
This part of the game is annoying because you have to hear the two audio things at once. The loading screens in this game are nice.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. This is a notification that you have reappeared on our monitoring system after a prolonged absence. Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that.
This part of the game is so cool. Portals that are more seamless than Portal. And Portal 2. I don't think Glenn Pierce is real. I might have made this a little too small. Okay, just barely big enough.
Hello.
This game would have been better if the voice actor for Dr. Glenn Pierce was the voice actor from the narrator for the Stanley Parable.
Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
There's no way that Dr. Glenn Pierce is a real person.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to read you my favorite inspirational quote by me. The worst thing you can do is focus on negativity. It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease, the cruelty of time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do, don't focus on that.
That's interesting. Well, he's not a person that's researching sleep therapy, which is what this game is about. Somnosculpt. This could have been a bit bigger and I could have got through that door quicker. Everything's gonna be a bit slow here because of how big I made the map.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
I was just trying to get as close as possible. Did I make it? Am I too big? I just barely made it through into there. I'll check that after this run, but I did not watch any. If it's like a run guide or something, I did not watch any videos of the game for run guides or stuff. I saw I watched like 1 or 2 parts of like the world record just speedrun, like 1 or 2 sections.
Emergency exit protocol initiated. Please prepare to conclude your Somnasculpt experience in 10, 9, 8. Error logged by.
Orientation protocol.
Stand by for analysis.
Oh.
Error analysis complete. You are exhibiting signs consistent with an increase in fear, hopelessness, and frustration. This is inconceivable, as Somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions. Hypothesis. Patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion. Impossible. Reformulating. Improved hypothesis. Patient requires additional Somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion. Emergency exit protocol cannot proceed. Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed. Instruction. Continue with Somnasculpt therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources have been exhausted. This concludes your standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
I haven't heard anything about the URL from the Superliminal trailer. Oh, wait. This is one of the better songs from the game also.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Thank you for completing the Somnasculpt Standard Orientation Protocol. Before we begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like to briefly describe the finite and fragile nature of the dream state. Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective, of fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
I remember having to look up a walkthrough for this part of the game when I first got it, or first got to this part. Basically just look in the opposite direction of the exit sign.
Finally, while we respect the unique progress of every patient, you must understand that it is possible to completely exhaust your supply of dreams, thereby entering a state in which you will not be able to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms.
Well, I know I don't need to hit the radios, I just hit them for some reason. I should probably stop hitting the radios, that is.
Please listen carefully for the sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a destabilizing dream weight.
I don't know, this is how it's always been for me. I didn't do anything to the game. This is what it was like when I installed it and had like the latest updates and stuff. I mean, maybe it's because I'm using the down patch. But that's what it's always been for me.
It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream. Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail-states, including any refrains. Explosive dream overload may result. These paradox overload.
This part of the game is cool.
Please overload for dream explosion. Overcall dream frame.
The retrospect split is just like, can be like less than a second if you get good enough at it. Yeah, I don't know what I did to the game, that's how it's always been. Could you send me a screenshot of what it's supposed to look like?
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and many years ago, I had a dream. I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing, where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to. White space.
White boom! The screen space reflections in this game look really nice. Bruh.
But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life itself behind me, and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be.
This
You're
game
well
is
beyond
beautiful.
dreaming now, and further out than anyone has ever come back from. But we hope that you won't get discouraged. After all, if this is a place of pure perspective, isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
Safe to eat leftover Halloween candy at this point? Yes, it's just sugar. Sugar doesn't rot. You're asking the person who's had expired microwave popcorn. Of course I'm gonna say yes. You've made a piñata, cool. Wait. Oh. I don't know how the game manages to do this without the, lag. Ants taste like women. I don't want to find out if they do or don't. Yo, Newen, if I were to switch over to doing portal runs, would you stick around? Or no?